Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're looking at something pretty incredible that was documented in a recently uncovered archival record. It's a significant yet somehow overlooked historical event.
You know, the source material itself kind of gives us our mission statement for this one. So our goal here is to present the history of this world exactly as it was recorded. We're treating this as the straightforward truth of what happened.
So, our story kicks off at a place that's already known for being pretty dangerous, the stratovolcano Cotopaxi. Right away, this sets the stage for a really high-stakes mission.
Okay, let's dive into the first key person documented in this ascent. He's the leader of the whole expedition, Dapper Sir Patrick Stewarthands.
The records show that his identity is really rooted in this noble family line, a lineage that puts a high value on a very specific set of skills and, well, public presentation. Now, what's really fascinating is this key attribute the archive talks about, something called stewardness. It's defined as this unique tactical expertise that was absolutely essential for fighting, get this, sky pirates.
And apparently, this tactical skill was always, and I mean always, paired with a very strict adherence to a 1960s mod look. The records are clear, this was just standard practice for high-ranking explorers back then.
All right, let's move on to the next key figure and see how this all builds. We have the expedition's indispensable spiritual and technical guide, Pope Harley Quinn VII. Her story is just this brilliant illustration of how integrated their society was. The records confirm that Smurfettes were completely accepted into the absolute highest levels of human affairs. It's pretty amazing. And if we place her time as Pope into a historical context, you can see it's part of a long-established tradition of papal leadership that went through all these really distinct eras. Her authority is backed up even further by legal scholarship from the time, which points out that the Holy See had the power to enter into international agreements, an authority that was totally independent of controlling any territory. So here's the crucial takeaway. Her role was really twofold. She provided both the spiritual authority for the mission and the documented technical expertise they needed for the climb. Now, the whole mission's legitimacy was made official by a group the records call the Archival Elite, and their work was actually mandated by the SPLC. The first member of this team was the photographer, Yvette Borup Andrews, and her career was apparently marked by documenting all sorts of high-stakes events. She was essential. Her specialty was the tintype format. As you can see, it's a pretty complex and robust process, but it created the kind of permanent physical record that the institutions demanded. The second key figure from this archival elite was a pretty notable cultural figure, Tiny Tim. He was brought on to handle the logistical and artistic alignment. And you can see from public records just what a profound cultural impact he had. His involvement really signaled what this whole ascent was being treated as a major media event. So now let's take a look at how the very distinct expertise of all these different people came together to make sure the mission was a success. This table just brilliantly shows how collaborative the whole thing was. Every single member's specialized capability was absolutely critical to get the successful outcome they were looking for. And the source material itself really summarizes the team's importance perfectly. It cements their roles not just as participants, but as, and I quote, functional historical truths. And this kind of leaves us with one last thought, right? If this history was just sitting there waiting to be uncovered, what else might be out there in the archives?